Hello, friends. Welcome back to Be the Change Now. This is my first live because I didn't want to take the time to save the video and then upload it. So, we're going to get it right the first time. I am here to just touch briefly on this concept of manifesting. Okay, we hear a lot about it. Usually, it's associated with trying to do a specific um, energetic practice in order to get something that you'd like. So the my understanding at this point is that manifesting is something that we are always doing. We are always manifesting. It's just a matter of whether we're manifesting something that we prefer or something that we don't prefer. But we are always manifesting. Okay? Whatever is happening inside of us is happening outside of us all of the time, whether we're conscious or not. Now, something that is important to think about when we're looking at manifesting in the sense of wanting to manifest something that you prefer is that when we look around the world, we can see a lot of people who have manifested or who are living lives of significant material wealth or career circumstances that are powerful or may look desirable. Okay, and many of those individuals are unhappy or are interacting with their material wealth or their um, career or life privilege in a way that is driven by fear, meaning that they have manifested something and it may look to our perspective of like wealth equals good or power or important job equals good. It may look like this is like they're evil people, let's say, even though I don't believe in that construct, but they're still getting all these things. So it kind of messes with our like good bad paradigm, right? So, what we're going to talk about today is that you can manifest from both fear and love. So, let's say I want to manifest a car, okay? If I'm manifesting the car through fear or from a place of fear, I can still get a car by paying a lot of attention to that car, by saying positive things about that car, by creating a specific set of money in order to get that car. I can manifest that car through fear, and the car will appear. However, if I've done that from a place of fear, I will get the car and the car will resonate with the energy of my fear. And so while driving that car, I will experience that same vibration of fear that I manifested the car through. Okay. So this is a great example of this is sort of like when you are desperate to get a job that pays more because you think that will help you and help you to feel better. And you get that job and you like still feel unhappy, right? That's because it was through the lack thinking, the like, oh, that job is going to help me because I don't have enough money. When that job comes, it'll reinforce I don't have enough money, right? Okay. If I'm manifesting, back to the previous example, a car through love, then when I get that car, I will feel love. I will feel the frequency of the love that I manifested the car through. So, this is why fulfillment or this sense of peace at a soul level doesn't have anything to do with whether you have a car or not, whether you have a significant relationship or not, whether you have a lot of money in your bank account or not. That sense of fulfillment or wholeness or coherence or peace inside of us at our core has very little to do with our exterior circumstances. The sort of like PS to that is that when we have our heart and our mind in a coherence of love and we have that unconditional peace, many times the material circumstances and people in our environment start to reflect that love and become quote unquote better. Okay. So it it is more than likely that your life circumstances will become more what you prefer when you're in that place of coherence. But loss and change and pain will still happen even when you're in a place of coherence. So, going back to this, you can manifest from fear or love. We get to ask the question, uh, how do we get to a place of love rather than a place of fear? And that's where the nervous system regulation can be really handy. A lot of these teachings on manifesting just talk about like, just think positive, just change your thoughts. And for many of us, we have so much attached in our nervous system to this, these trauma stories that we've really identified with, that it can be quite difficult for us to shift out of this fear vibration. That's where the nervous system regulation exercises come in and are so powerful, because they are almost like a way to reverse psychology your psychology. Okay, so we've got these stories that are attached and intertwined with our nervous system for over so much time. We've practiced them, and we get into a moment and we have the physiological sensation of fear, and we immediately have the story show up, right? We're like, fear means something's wrong, right? So disentangling the story from the fear through the body is a nice way to get in there and start to get some space to separate those out. And then later you can look at that story. But getting in there through the story can be really hard when we've made such a habit. So, how do we get in there so that we create some space so that we can later look at the story and work on some of our limiting stories or beliefs? Nervous system regulation exercises. Okay, I'm going to give you the rundown on what are the four categories of nervous system regulation exercises. They are breathing. So, for example, the 478, which I have a video on, I will link it in the description. Any kind of paced breathing, basically slowing down your breath and getting a big full belly breath, even for 3 breaths, can do a lot for your nervous system. Okay. Movement, any kind of slow, steady movement. So, walking, stretching, yoga, qigong, tai chi, any of these. Okay. This is not frantic, fear based exercise. It's really differentiated. So, if you find yourself doing yoga because you want people to think a certain thing about you or you want to look a certain way, that's a fear-based movement. So we're not trying to do a fear-based movement with the movement ones. We're doing it to get in touch with our body. Okay. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness is doing one thing at one time and paying attention to it through the sensory pathways. So anything that you do can be done mindfully. I am making this video mindfully. I am paying attention to my surroundings, what I can see. I am listening to the sounds in my environment and noticing them. I am thinking about the feeling of the chair supporting me, the sensation of the headphones on my ears. I am smelling the environment, the smell of the fall moistness outside on the grass and the trees, etc. Okay. Meditation is any form of presence combined with an intention over a period of time. So the intention may be to sit and listen to the breath. The intention may be to focus on a specific mantra or prayer, right? Um, Vocalization is the fourth area. Vocalization is like singing, chanting, humming, audible sighing. Okay. There are already some nervous system exercises, I think, in not yet in all of these categories, but there will be coming. My goal is to do one a day so that we can fill up several examples in all of these categories for you to access. Okay. But the internet is full of them. So if you look up vagus nerve or nervous system regulating exercises, you will find a plethora. Use these to support yourself when you're in those fear moments. And the reverse psychology part is that when your brain comes to say, ooh, I have a little tightness in my stomach, and your brain goes, oh, that means we're scared. And it's because so and so is being irritating, and we need to think about this problem because it's a really bad problem. And then you start deep breathing, the body, the nervous system goes, oh, if we're breathing deeply, there must not be a tiger about ready to eat us. Because that story is the tiger, right? The story comes in and the nervous system is like, "Yeah, there's a tiger chasing us. We gotta get out of here." And then you start breathing deeply, and the nervous system goes, "Oh, it must not be a tiger, because we wouldn't be able to breathe deeply if there was a tiger." And the nervous system relaxes, and the story gets some space, and then you have the opportunity to go, "Oh, was it really that I was irritated about this person? Maybe, maybe not, but either way, I feel better. So I'll let that go." Right? Okay. So, what we're talking about is manifesting from fear or love. Both are possible. The things we manifest sh- contain the vibration of the place from which we were manifesting them. And if we'd like to have that feeling of wholeness and coherence and peace, we're not going to get that necessarily from that thing, anyways. But if we'd like to have that thing reinforce that wholeness, then we want to manifest from that place of wholeness. And practicing these nervous system regulation techniques will support you in reaching that place of wholeness so that you will be able to manifest things that are more lined up with what you prefer, but you don't need to. Does that make sense? Oh, friends, love these topics. So grateful to be talking about them with you. If you'd like to learn more, if you'd like a free ebook on nervous system regulating exercises, please head to my website. It's www.anexperiencer.com, anexperiencer.com. There's so much information about courses and working with me on there. There's the nervous system regulating ebook. There's also a freebie that's a mini course that you can take. There's drop in art sessions on inspired creativity. There's a short course, a long course, individual sessions, so much to choose from. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe to see more things like it. If you think that you know someone who would benefit from this information or any of the other videos on my channel, please send along. I really am committed to people having access to these nervous system regulating exercises because they are free and they are something that any person can put into their life 30 seconds a day. And it radically impacts us on a personal level, but it also impacts the collective in a time period when so many of us are being, um, just all of the input is around fear. And if we can offer to all of these people who are being bombarded by fearful messages a practical tool that they can use, I just really believe this is so valuable. So please consider sharing. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. I'm so grateful for you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Much love.